So Fox 13's Evan Moon is out there live still tonight. Evan, it's pretty amazing. This fire is still so active. It seems to have clearly jumped over from the CVS. What more have you learned there?
Hi, Mark. Yeah, I think a lot of us are at a loss for words tonight for how this has escalated since I last spoke to you at 6 p.m. As you said, it was just contained to the CVS, and when we left, they said that most of it had been contained and that firefighters were starting to leave the scene. And then we came back just 2 hours later, and obviously this entire plaza was up in flames. And it's so devastating for so many residents here because they feel like it's back-to-back bad news. They just had these stores reopen from the hurricanes last fall, and now they're looking at this. And it's just so sad. It's devastating. The one headline that I want to say tonight is that no one is hurt. Thankfully, this entire plaza had evacuated when the fire jumped to these other stores. So no first responders hurt, no one hurt in the area. But as you said, around 6 p.m. tonight, it was contained to just the CVS. Now flames enveloping multiple stores. Witnesses tell me around 8:30 they saw 30-foot flames coming up from the top of the Publix. The front walls of multiple stores here, like the signs, have crumbled to the ground. We've even seen holes in roofing where water is just pouring from above, from the hoses. And water is actually starting to fill the parking lot here as they try desperately to fight off these flames. Thankfully, again, when the fire spread, the entire plaza had already been evacuated, but the implications for this community after the hurricane, this main mall here, are huge. We spoke with some witnesses out here tonight.
I came by earlier, looked like it was all done. Everybody I talked to said, it was the CVS caught on fire, and then a friend of mine came and told me that Publix had giant flames shooting out of the top of it, and I had to come up and see it for myself, and I couldn't believe it. And to see how far it's gone down.
Obviously, tons of first responders and fire crews are out here fighting the flames. And we did get a statement just tonight from St. Pete Beach Fire Department that read, during overhaul, fire was found in a void space in a front facade with no access points. The fire departments needed to break through with hose lines. And at this point, meaning now tonight, the fire is contained to the front facade, which is obviously what we see, but it seems to somewhat be contained at this point. And I want to say, I was actually speaking with a firefighter out here tonight. He was from out of town. He wasn't working this scene, but speaking to the magnitude of what we're seeing, he said this is a once or twice in a career event. This is just a huge fire that obviously jumped from the CVS at 6 p.m. to 5 or 6 other stores throughout the night. And again, I want to point out that what residents are so upset about is that they're looking at stores that just opened, stores that have been closed for months due to flooding issues, and now they're looking at this. Some speculating whether or not there might have been some electrical issues due to that flooding. But again, we have not heard what caused the fire at the CVS, and we don't know how it jumped. There's a lot still unanswered at this point tonight, guys, but very devastating to see all of this.
Certainly. Well, hopefully they can get it under contained and soon, and we'll learn more about what